Hi there, good morning, this is Nick Roach. Good morning here, it's quite cold actually. I'm in the park as I often am, doing the talks, and busy cars, no people around yet, but we might have some noises. I thought I'd just do a bit of an introduction to my own teaching and who and what I am, just a brief one. I've had some new people find me recently, so it might be useful. How long ago was it? I was in my late teens, now mid-40s, so 20 years ago I guess. I demanded from life that I be shown there's a reason and ideally an end to the emotional suffering that I was experiencing for one reason or another. It's all explained in my autobiography, which I published in 2016, but I've done 4 books to date and a free PDF on the process is available, download on the books page on the website. So within a year, I was sitting in front of a spiritual teacher who taught that I was responsible for my own unhappiness. The emotion was mine. And it was necessary to take any action as necessary in the physical world to address the problem, but the emotion I had to deal with within. And this is the technique that I now teach. As I said, I've been doing it for 20 years now. I've got the books, I've got the website, I've got nearly 70 videos at the moment and increasing. So please have a look at those, as you'll move to do. The technique is simply, and it is simple, not necessarily easy, but it's simple. Emotion, as psychologists and counsellors teach us, is stored within the unconscious mind. And when a situation happens throughout our lives, similar to the one where the problem first happened, the same emotion comes up again, the same hurt child, the emotional as we were then comes up, defends itself, feels the same pain, the same problems. And if someone says something to us that triggers something that happened to us all that time ago, the same emotion reacts. We might wonder, where did that come from? Why did I react with such ferocity when all they said was that, or they just looked at me a funny way? But it's all these things being triggered, all the emotion is stored within. Now you go to a counsellor or a therapist and one is taught to try to remember and go back through the past and work out where these come from. But I was taught and I teach there is no need, unless there is. But generally, the emotion you're feeling now, as I just explained, is the same emotion from all that time ago. So if you deal with it correctly and appropriately, you can deal with it now, the whole lot in the moment now, when it arises. And having said it's unconscious energy, the simple solution at any moment when there's emotion there is to experience it consciously. That means in the moment when you're feeling it, you're aware of your surroundings, you're aware of your body, your breathing perhaps, it doesn't matter what you're aware of, the point is you're aware of the physical surroundings, and most importantly, you're aware that you are aware. In that moment, the awareness is reflecting on its own nature, its own endless, pure, infinite, unlimited, still nature, observing this emotional disturbance. However big it might be, it doesn't matter. The point is, in that moment you're aware of being aware, and the emotion can't survive, can't be sustained for very long in that state of experiencing emotion consciously. And after a little while, one of 3 things will happen. Either the emotion just dissipates and goes, and you'll feel free and easy and no problem anymore, and you'll see it was never a problem really anyway, just me reacting to something I didn't need to react to. 2, you'll have an idea of what you should do to address the problem. For some strange reason, it didn't occur to you earlier, but you could do this, and as soon as you take the decision to take the action, you feel better. And the third one, which is absolutely incredible, and you'll think it's a coincidence, but after a while of doing this, you'll find it keeps happening. Hold on to the emotion, the knowledge of the problem, being aware of where you are and of what you're feeling, but aware of being aware, holding the knowledge, and then you'll hear or see the external circumstances have changed. The problem outside you no longer exists. You will learn, if you follow the teaching and you practice this, that as within, so without, it is the same energy creating both. The disturbance, the emotion, is the tip of the very same energetic iceberg that's creating the circumstances of your life. They're one and the same. They are not separate. Everything is one. Everything is consciousness, which you are, and this is. So, either way, by experiencing emotion consciously, in a conscious state of being aware as the disturbance is there, the problem will be gone. Sometimes as soon as you look at it, it's gone. People have said to me, Nick, it didn't work. I tried to hold on to it and be conscious and it disappeared. Well, it worked, didn't it? Sometimes the emotion takes a few minutes, a couple of hours. If it's a major emotional traumatic event, even if it's only traumatic on the inside, outside it's not important, but something it's major triggering inside, it can take longer. But every moment you are conscious, it is being dissolved. It is becoming conscious. Even if you dissolve a chunk of it, feel better, and it comes back later. If you can hold it consciously, you are dissolving it. It's just a second wave of the same emotion, the same past, the same karma, the same trauma. Just, you can't necessarily get rid of it all at once. If there's a lot of it, it gives you bite-sized bits. But you're always moving forward. Every moment you're aware of being aware, you're moving forward. And that is the basis of my teaching. And from then, when you're in this state, practicing, you come to know that you are not the thinking, unhappy, emotional, wanting, trying, fearing, regretful, resentful person you thought you were, but you are the essence, the bit that's aware. You are the bit that's watching. And as you practice feeling that, you come to know that is the one consciousness, the one being behind all things. You come to know that is the true love state, which is why people who are spiritually enlightened are said to be in a state of love all the time, because you realize that consciousness is love, it's unity, it's completeness. And this state is also called God consciousness, because you realize everything is one and you're uniting with that state, your own consciousness, which is everything. So it has many layers to it. But the first point and the foundation is be aware of being aware at any moment now, especially when emotion arises. So that's it. Feel free to explore further in my videos, books, website, Facebook. Email me, message me as you wish, and perhaps I'll see you sometime at some talk or meeting or something. Thank you.